Despite us being 30 years post-apartheid, inequality remains a challenge. We are a divided nation, socially, economically, and racially. In fact, South Africa has one of the highest income inequalities in the world. The systems that divide us remain. Our city's spatial design, built to keep rich and poor separated, remain. Financial systems favor the wealthy, and access to resources and jobs are located in proximity to those with wealth. And as if the systems aren't enough to keep us away from each other, there are often the feelings of fear, misunderstanding, and false ideologies that drive us away from being present with each other and working with each other.
The church in South Africa is one that is rife with complexity. Complexity in that we are still weighed upon very heavily by the past of this country and the deep pain that comes with the past. On the other hand, we are looking at the present complexities of poverty, inequality, injustice, and so forth. And on the last side, we are looking at the hopes of the future, which are also informed by the last two, present, past. And so we find ourselves in the middle space where we have to navigate the hopes of the future, particularly for young people, but at the same time trying to get rid of the weight of the past. And so our present becomes a contested space, a space of very deep conflict, a very deep complexity, and one where the church is struggling to find its feet in presenting the present hope and the hope for the future.
We don't know who that is, just out of nowhere.
That's why I was just telling them now that most churches here that have got land and building structures are not from here, nor are they flat. You won't find a flat pastor with a proper structure having a quality.
My name is Selena Headley, and I'm a Canadian who has been working with the warehouse for several years, and I'm here with Resonate Global Mission as a long-term volunteer. And so it's my privilege to work with this team of local leaders who are building the capacity of the church to answer the challenges that are taking place in our society. Cape Town is really a picture of contrasts. It's known to be one of the most unequal cities in the world, in a space where we also as a nation have the highest unemployment rate in the world. And in this space, young people continue to bear the brunt of the challenges of what's happening in society with an unemployment rate of 60%. So the question is, what's the role of churches?
So I'm reminded of the biblical narrative where we see this loop that the children of Israel keep getting into of rebellion, resistance, revolution, and reconstruction. And every time that loop happens, God either hears the cries of the people when they are experiencing the results of their rebellion, or he would then raise prophets to be able to inspire a sort of revival that brings them back to where they are meant to be. And so I feel like the role of the church in South Africa today is to listen to the cries of the people and be able to respond as God would. And also the role of the church today is the prophetic voice that calls people to repentance, that calls those who are in privilege to care for the poor, that calls for those who are oppressing and are using oppressive systems to break the chains of those who are struggling.
Our current divided city provides opportunities for the church to remember our neighbors. And this is really where the warehouse plays a key role. We provide opportunities for ways to bring neighbors together, ways to help foster community development, training opportunities that will be discipleship moments that really contribute to the formation and the development of communities. And so the warehouse team really exists to walk alongside the full spectrum of churches, uniting neighbors so that we can aim for transformative actions and bear witness to the presence of God and the work of God in the city.
The kingdom on earth that God longs for us to be part of creating means that our shalom is dependent on our brothers and sisters also living in shalom. That loving our neighbor as we love ourselves also means that we be willing to lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters, as expressed in 1 John. God's call to his church is clear. Love is an action. This work can't be left for NGOs and government. He has chosen us to be part of his restorative and redemptive work in our city and community, to love mercy, act justly, and walk humbly with our God. And this is where the warehouse comes in. Our heart is to walk alongside the church, to inspire and equip and connect churches to bring about transformative change in our communities. Join us on the journey.